twice. Once you get an opportunity, you got to grab it with both hands. And it's still there. That is important for Bangladesh. Partnership of 17-1 now. Also important for him to realize that how good Momin ul Haq is batting from the other end. Instead of looking to play shots, why not look to create opportunity to get him back on strike?
And as we all know, the essence of a good partnership is ensuring that one holds up fort at one end, play the sheet anchor role. I think that could be the role that Imrul Kais needs to play. A little surprised on 2 occasions he tried the reverse. High-risk shots, those. And despite the fact that it was a little uppish, he knew where he was playing that, into the deep, and gets a single to finish off that over. It's 73 for 1.
Quarters, bitch. Comfortable against you, Warri. Come on, buddy. Okay, now. Come on, Murphy. Come on, Murphy. Warri. Yeah, as you tell me.
In the 7 test matches that Momin ul Haq played here at the Zohra Ahmed Chaudhry, he scored 500s, 869 runs, and an average of 86.9. And add 44 more to that, the runs that he's got already. So he'll be closing in on the 1,000 mark very, very soon. We all wish him well.
Yeah, he loves batting here. And all those hundreds that we've mentioned earlier on, and some big hundreds also. So he likes to bat deep, bat long. So very important, so very crucial. If a batsman can play similar kind of role, especially in the longer format. Important for Imrul Kais to ensure that, yes, it has been hard work, but you have to realize that I talk about not playing too many shots, but he's put that away. That's not a bad shot. Look at the field set. He's picked that up nicely. He's gone to his knees and is a genuine good-looking sweep shot. It's picked up a boundary.
Yes, indeed. I think it was there for the taking. He was in control. He knew that once he went forward and bent his knee down and attempted that sweep, that he was going to be striking that ball truly. And that's the main thing when you have that confidence in going through with a shot. When you're uncertain in 2 minds, that's when you can land yourself in trouble. Kamal Warrican just wants a few adjustments in the field. Get one of the fielders, not too many changes that I notice. No one seems to be taking notice of him. Slip, a leg slip, and a forward short leg with close-in catches.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the spinners go about their jobs for Bangladesh. There's still a long way to go. Bangladesh batting in the first innings. Naeem Hassan, who's also from Chittagong, making debut, right arm off spinner. So there is a bite. There's some kind of bite available for the spinners. And that's the challenge for this batsman at the moment, especially for someone like Imrul Kais to survive that period and need to make sure that he stays unbeaten at the stroke of lunch.
Nicely behind that, completes the over at 77 for 1. So will he mix that one, the next one, give the ball some air, try to get some more purchase. There are slight cracks on the ground, but it is the first morning, so that should not have too much of an effect. Oh, nicely done.
Strange field setup here from the skipper. It is the first morning. I know they're first session of the first morning. Look at that. Long off in place, deep cover in place. The question is why?
Yeah, you think they would be putting some more pressure, get another breakthrough before lunch is imperative if these two settle down. Maybe they're hoping to go for the big shots and hole out to one of those two fielders you've mentioned. Imrul Kais did on one occasion.
Yeah, that was on the onside. So there is, I don't mind having a fielder at in the deep on the onside, deep square leg, but I really don't have any words to say, especially for these two fielders. These are fields set for poor deliveries. And you're also opening up gaps. So easy for them to rotate the strike, but still feel that fielder at long off can easily come in, and so can the fielder at deep cover. No point whatsoever to keep them, especially at this stage of the game.
Look good from there, red ball. Bowling G.
Dead bat offered by Imrul Kais. Bangladesh are 78 for 1.
How far down there, Warren? Not well. Thank you, so only.
78 for 1. 20 overs in on day 1.
Close up anti-germ mouthwasher fresh শক্তিতে নিঃশ্বাসের দুর্গন্ধের সাথে লড়াই করে 12 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত। যখন কাছে আসার সুযোগ পান আপনি বলেন ভাগ্যিস আজ ক্লোজ আপ দিয়ে ব্রাশ করেছিলাম।
The ball that just stays a little bit straight and negotiates it well enough. Closing the face slightly on that one, almost just playing past it.
Paul. Move it, Paul. Okay, man, keep going, Joe.
Bangladesh will be happy with their start this morning, Ishtiaq.
Not gonna happen, boys. You gotta make it happen.
Couple of chances given, yes, but not taken by the Westindies, by the Windies, and 79 for 1. If they'd been asked if they would take that this morning, I'm pretty sure they would have.
Yes, indeed. After Shomo Sharkawa's
Bowling Joseph. The discipline, man. We got one again, man.
79 for 1.
গাজী টায়ার, নিরাপদ হোক পথ চলা।
Nicely bowled. Roston Chase. This is the penultimate delivery of the last over. Just a little bit of bite and inside edge onto the pad. And that tells us that we can expect the ball. Confirmation from Ultra Edge that there was an inside edge there. We can expect the ball to continue to turn and bounce, even though it's day one. That's why this first innings is so important. No hesitation whatsoever by Shakib Al Hassan to bat after winning the toss. It's the first ball of this over. Off the pad, onto the bat. Nobody in that short catching cover. That man there now came in after that. Out to the man at sweeper.
Yes, and I think it's the record. The Chittagong wicket has always favoured the batsman. It's almost an average of 400, close to 400 runs in the first innings, the last 8 to 10 matches. So Shakib Al Hassan did not hesitate one bit.
The fielder coming in, picking the ball up quickly, getting a quick release. So you've got to get your skates on, and he did. The small crowd here seeing that up on the big screen.
Settling down now.
It's not out.
Okay, some early nerves. I've realised he likes to settling down now. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, as long as some early nerves, it's not in the right area. Early on in your test match innings, I've realised he let it go. Likes to settling down now. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, as long as some early nerves, it's not in the right area. Early on in danger outside of stump, realised he let it go. Likes to settling down now. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, as long as some early nerves, it's not in the right area. 70 now, so he spent time out there. Likes to settling down now. Nothing's wrong with that. Make sure that he makes this innings count. It's not in the right area. 70 now, so he spent time out there. Placed at the top of the order. Settling down now. Nothing's wrong with that. Make sure that he makes this innings count. It's not in the right area. 22 gone. 81 for 1. He spent time out there. Placed at the top of the order. Settling down now. Nothing's wrong with that. Make sure that he makes this innings count. It's not in the right area. 22 gone. 81 for 1. He spent time out there.
বাংলাদেশের সর্বাধিক ব্যবহৃত বাংলাদেশের পানির প্রয়োজনীয় বাংলাদেশের সর্বাধিক ব্যবহৃত বাংলাদেশের পানির প্রয়োজনীয় বাংলাদেশের সর্বাধিক ব্যবহৃত বাংলাদেশের পানির প্রয়োজনীয় বাংলাদেশের সর্বাধিক বাংলাদেশের পানির প্রয়োজনীয় বাংলাদেশের
down the wicket again. This time,
after the dismissal of the first
testing the
car. Nominal after the first guys have done the dismissal of the first revival innings. Nominal after the first guys have done the dismissal of the first revival innings. Nominal after the first rich vein of form in Chittagong. Little man has done the dismissal record here. Revival innings. Rich vein of form in Chittagong. Little man has done the dismissal record here. Solid revival innings. Rich vein of form in Chittagong. Little man has done the dismissal record here. Solid revival innings. Rich vein of form in Chittagong. Little man has done the dismissal record here. Solid revival innings. Rich vein of form in Chittagong. Little man has done the dismissal record here. Solid revival rich vein of form in Chittagong. Little man has done the dismissal record here. Solid revival rich vein of form in Chittagong.
88 for 1.
Little
And
man
the majority of those
has
have come from the
done
bat.
the
Nominal hunt.
rich vein of form in Chittagong.
88 for 1.
Little man
And the majority of those have come from the bat. Just there, that is all over the field.
Rich vein of form in Chittagong.
88 for 1.
Little man
And the majority of those have come from the bat. Just there, that is all over the field. Easy sailing.
Rich vein of form in Chittagong.
88 for 1.
Little man
And the majority of those have come from the bat. Just there, that is all over the dash field. Easy sailing.
Rich vein of form in Chittagong.
88 for 1.
Little man
Majority of those have come from the bat. Just there, that is all over the dash field. Swept away. Easy sailing. Cleared. Swept away comfortably. 88 for 1. By Imran Kais. Majority of those have come from the bat.
Imran Kais has been good with his
Swept away.
he's been the best at
Swept away comfortably.
There's some
88
reverse
for 1.
sweeps.
By Imran Kais.
Reverse sweeps seem to be the order of the day. This match is good with his
Swept away.
It depends on where Westindies have there's some players reverse sweep. This match is the order of the day. This match is good.
Now, after playing a really good shot, that is not. Now, I think he might have hit the ball into his knee just on the inside of the pad. That'll be painful. He knows the ball's getting some turn. He needs to make sure that he's playing that ball as straight as possible and with the turn into the onside. Doesn't want to get himself into trouble trying to play across the spin through the offside. Now, that ball, he's got that thick inside edge and it's gone inside the pad and just hit the top of the kneecap, I think. That's exactly it, and that'll be really painful. No padding there. Out comes the physio. There's a trusty bag of medication. He looks uncomfortable. Imran Kais. Now, got the pad off, and yeah, that ball's gone just into the top of the kneecap. Hopefully, that's nothing too serious. Seems to be in a good space now. The pad's coming back on, but he struggled today to get to that 34. This was early on, third over of the morning. Outside edge dropped by Rotten Chase, and then this was a little bit later. Catch taken on the boundary, but unfortunately it was a no ball. So a couple of chances for him. 34 from 77, but 5 boundaries in that. But he's definitely settling down and looking a lot better at the crease.
Both sides are boasting of spinners. West Indies have three genuine spinners. Craig Brathwaite does that, is an occasional off spinner. And Shakib Al Hasan has also four spinners at his disposal, including himself, who's had wonderful experience in Chittagong. He's taken almost 50 wickets, and he's the standout bowler as far as Bangladesh is concerned in Chittagong. Even Mehdi Hasan Miraj has a 6-wicket haul in Chittagong.
Bowling, Joey. That's the line, Joe. That's the line. I love that.
My fellow commentator Shamim Ashraf has stands me corrected that it ought to be Chattogram. Yes, in Chattogram, Bangladesh has flicks it off his bat. That's the end of the over for Bangladesh. 94 for 1.
Net.
So
গাজী পানির পাম্প দামে সস্তা
কৃষকের আস্থা
young Devendra Bishu, not so young anymore. 35 matches, 110 wickets, and a best of 8 for 49. That average of 37 he would want to bring down. But he definitely is a quality bowler. You can expect to see him extracting turn from the surface.
It's the introduction of the third spinner that tells a story. The Chittagong wicket is there for the spinners, and with four spinners at the disposal of Shakib Al Hasan, and four spinners for West Indies with Craig Brathwaite, as I said, the occasional off spinner. So this is going to be a spinner's haven, this wicket. That's for sure.
Work, Natas, work, Natas.
Short. That's a man back. Difficult art, leg spin. Back to master. And very often, even at highest level international cricket, leg spinners take some time to get into their areas, get that loop, get that turn and bounce.